afternoon, friends. Nikki here with about a 20-minute active low to the ground flow for you. So let's get started in child's pose. Our knees mat width apart, toes touching, nestling your bum down and guiding your body down to the ground. Stepping into the flow of your breath here, noticing how your body feels in this shape. Relaxing your jaw and just taking a moment to center yourself before we start moving. Now let's tent our fingers, guiding our heart down still to the mat. And then take our hands on a walk over to one side, and then inchworm your way in that direction just a little bit deeper while still keeping ourselves centered and grounded on the mat. Noticing the sensations. And then we'll take this walk over to the other side. Big reach in this direction. And then coming back through center. Now we're going to spread our fingers wide, tuck our toes under, and make our way up to our first downward dog. Finding any movement that feels good, maybe pedaling the feet, maybe shaking the head side to side. Smooth, deep breaths. And then coming to your very best downward dog of the day so far. We'll lift our heels and then bend into our knees so the knees come to hover just above the mat here in our bear pose, and then release the knees down. Coming into our cat and cow, let's inhale up. Exhale, round, push away from the mat, let your head hang. Inhale up. Exhale, round. Coming back to our neutral table, taking our hands on a walk to the right, making a C curve in our spine. And then to the left. Coming back through center. Taking our knees wide, sitting back into our child's pose. One deep inhale. And let it go. Walking our hands in closer to yourself. Let's take a deep inhale. And exhale like we're fogging up a mirror. Let's take our right hand high. Guide the arm around in two big circles. And then thread it through between your other hand and your knee. Now maybe down to the forearm, or maybe guiding it down so we're on the shoulder and the back of the head. You might choose to take our supporting hand to the top of the mat. Making a little window for yourself to peek out of. Our jaw remains soft. And then guiding our hands back in closer to ourselves. We'll take a deep inhale through the nose. And then fog that mirror. Left hand up to the sky. And then around in circles. And then thread it through. Maybe guiding our supporting arm forward. And let's extend both of our hands out in front, fingers spread up to our downward dog. Let's lift our right leg high to the sky. Bend the knee and lift the knee high, opening up through the hip. Finding balance between our hands. And then closing the hip, releasing the foot back down. Let's hover the knees in our bear again. And then release down. Sending our right toes back, rocking back and forth. Checking in with that leg. And then when you're ready, we'll hover the leg, engaging through the core, drawing everything into your center, sending our left arm forward for table balance. And then bending into the back knee, reaching your hand back for your foot. Maybe we catch it, maybe we don't. Every day's a little different. Just keep trying if you're working on it. And if you have it, resist your foot into your hand and shine your heart forward. And then finding nice long limbs again. Let's take them out to the side into our awkward airplane, hovering. I always encourage people to smile here because it feels so weird. Why not smile? Take the hand down under your face and let the leg come down right where it is, out to the right side. With our back toes tucked, we'll shift the hips back, planting all of our right toes down onto the ground and feeling what you feel. Maybe coming down to our forearms. It's always nice to come off the hands from time to time, especially since we're keeping it low today. And then we'll come back up, stepping our right foot in between our hands, knee over ankle, reaching our hands up. And exhale down. Left hand planted. And then lift our back knee, sweep our right arm up. And release it down, making our way to our plank pose. Holding strong. You've got this. Take it down to the mat. Pressing into the tops of the feet, the pubic bone, the hands. It might be a little lift, subtle, or maybe a little higher. It's honoring what your body has to say today. And come through the knees to our downward dog. Back to our smooth, nourishing breaths. Lifting our left leg high to the sky. Bending the knee and lifting the knee high. Finding that balance through our arms. And then release the foot back down into our downward dog. Let's hover our knees in our bear. Release it down. Now taking our left foot back, rocking back and forth. Holding here, engaging, lifting the left leg, sending our right arm forward for a table balance. I like to spread my fingers, thumb pointing to the sky. And then bending the back knee, reaching your hand for your foot. Might be a whole new ball game on this side. And then long limbs, out to the side, awkward airplane, holding, holding, release the foot down, hand comes on your mat. Our back toes tucked, we'll shift the hips back. All of our left toes are down and grounded. Maybe down to our forearms to give our hands a little reprieve. And then coming back up to our hands, let's step this foot in between our hands now. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Let's lift our back knee. So we're in our lunge. Our right hand is planted, left hand reaches up. Our face remains soft as we breathe. Our legs are strong. Releasing the hand down, making our way to our plank. And then down to the ground, elbows stay in. Tops of the feet push into the mat, the pubic bone, and then hover the hands and chest. One last breath. And then the hands come down, we push back to the knees, and our downward dog. Smooth breath. Lifting our right leg high to the sky. We're going to take this knee forward and across to our left elbow. Hold. Back up to the sky. Let's do it again. Across, hold. One more time. You've got this. Across and hold. And then plant the foot between the hands, hugging your energy in as we lift. Take your time to our crescent lunge. Build your foundation. Notice if you're gripping with your toes and try to relax your toes. Leaning the body forward. Sweeping the arms back. Option to stay here or take flight into our warrior three. Bending into our standing leg, releasing the back foot down. Our hands come down. Let's take our right foot up to the sky, three-legged dog. And then step it to the outside of our right hand. Releasing the back knee in our lizard lunge. Deep breath. Now let's take our right hand to the right knee and give it a gentle push open, looking off in that direction. You might stay right here or perhaps bending the back leg, reaching your hand for that foot. And unwinding. Let's make our way up to our downward dog. And lifting our left leg high. Let's draw the knee across the body to our right elbow. Hold. Up to the sky. In again. Hold. Up to the sky. Last one. Hold. And then crescent. Foot is planted. We're hugging in. Build foundation first. Don't worry about your arms. Maybe even give a little wiggle here. Strong. And then reach up. Our back leg might be bent or straight. Just noticing what feels right in your body. And then leaning forward. Actively reaching. And then sweeping the arms back. We might stay here or taking flight. Thinking about the ball of the foot in the air, pointing back to the back of your mat. Bending into your standing leg, releasing the toe down. Our hands plant, three-legged dog, left leg high. And then step the foot to the outside of our left hand, releasing the back knee. Take a moment here to drink in how you feel. These check-in moments are so important. That's what our yoga is all about. Not about making the poses, but learning about who you are and how you react as you move your way through the poses. So to not check in, well, that's just a workout. So let's take our left hand to the left knee and give it a little push. Looking to the left. We might stay here or reach the left hand for the foot. I will say this took some time. I took some practice getting into this, so if you're working on it, just keep working on it. Really is amazing to see yourself grow in the poses over time. Just be consistent. Let's release. Come back up to our downward dog. Taking our feet wide, toes spilling off of the mat. We walk our hands towards our feet, sitting into our Malasana. Hands to heart, using the arms to resist into the legs. Looking towards the top of our mat with our face relaxed. Our energy grounding down, our heart shining forward. Crown of the head lifting to the sky. Smooth breaths. And then taking our hands down behind us so that we can gracefully place our bottom down. And come into our boat pose. Thinking there's a magnet right in front of your knees here, as well as your chest, and you're drawing them closer together as we sit up tall, relaxing our shoulders away from our ears, perhaps looking at the space between our big toes. You're welcome to take your hands off or to lift your legs up into a V. Take one more breath wherever we are in our boat that we're playing with. And then release down. Soles of the feet come together. We're going to keep it nice and wide. And then come down. Our arms might be over like this, or sliding them underneath. And drawing yourself forward in our turtle pose. Nice long neck, poking out of your shell. One more breath. We unwind, draw the knees together, and start to make our way down onto our back. I'm just turning myself around. I'm so accustomed to having my head at a certain point on the mat. And once we're all the way down, we can take our arms wide and guide our knees side to side. Drawing in, giving yourself a loving squeeze. Let's squeeze our imaginary paintbrush between our knees. Our hands can stay on the legs or at our sides. As we explore different size circles that we're painting on the ceiling. And then taking it in the opposite direction. Releasing one foot down at a time. Letting our hands come down to our sides. We'll keep the balance between our feet as we start to lift one vertebrae at a time to our bridge. Perhaps rolling the shoulders under and watching the belly rise and fall. Gently releasing our way down. And coming back to that ball with our knees into the chest, a little rock side to side. My glasses are getting fogged up. And release down. Finding your final resting pose. Let's curl the toes, tighten the legs, tighten the bum, tighten the tummy. Hands into fists, shoulders around the ears. We squinch the face, taking an inhale. And let it all go. Nestling yourself in. Coming into the rise and fall of the breath. Knowing that there's nothing else that you need to do right now. Just relax. We're grateful that we woke up today to a new day. We woke into this body that was able to move. We have interesting things to think about, people we love who love us. It's a beautiful thing. One at a time, we'll draw our feet onto the mat, making our knees like mountains. We'll inhale the arms up and overhead as we reach. And let it go. Let's take a roll to one side. Thanking yourself for being here today, honoring your choices. When you're ready, we'll make our way up to a comfortable seat. Finding a little rock, a little sway, rolling. Reaching our arms up to this beautiful day, all the opportunity. Draw it down to yourself. You are deserving. Holding it here in your heart. Bowing down, honoring who you are and the journey that you are on. I thank you for joining me, from my light to yours. Namaste.